Have you ever had that little voice in your head, the one that says, I should start a YouTube channel, only to have it immediately shut down by a million what-ifs? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So today, we're going to map out the entire creator's journey, from that first little spark of an idea all the way to seeing money hit your bank account. And we're doing it with a roadmap that's backed by real data and real experience. Let's jump right in. Does any of this sound familiar? You tell yourself, oh, it's just way too expensive. Or there's no room for me. The competition is insane. And maybe, just maybe, the thought of putting your face out there for the world to see is, well, terrifying. These are the biggest walls people hit. But what if I told you they're just myths, and we're going to bust them right here, right now?
Hey, don't just take it from me. Listen to creator Alice Emmy. She absolutely nails it. She says that fear is totally normal, but the barrier to get started is way lower than you think. You don't need a huge budget. You don't need a fancy studio. You can literally start with nothing, except a good plan. And that is exactly what we are going to build together today. Okay, so here's our game plan, broken down into 5 simple stages. We'll kick things off with the spark, which is all about finding your unique spot. Then we move to the blueprint. That's your planning and gear. After that, it's the launch, time to actually make stuff. Next up is the climb, where we focus on how to grow. And finally, the part everyone's waiting for, the payoff, making that money. Let's get started. First things first, the spark. I can't stress this enough. This is the foundation for your entire channel. Choosing a niche isn't just about picking something you kinda like. It's about carving out your own little corner of the internet where you can become the absolute go-to person. You get this part right, and believe me, everything else just starts to click into place.
Okay, I want you to really let this sink in. According to Outlier Kit, a staggering 95% of YouTube videos never even break 1,000 views. 95%. And you know the #1 reason why? A weak or totally non-existent niche strategy. Now, that's not meant to scare you. It's meant to show you what a massive advantage you'll have just by being smart about this from day one. So, how do you find that killer niche? Well, Outlier Kit has this really simple framework. Your perfect sweet spot is right in the middle, at the intersection of 3 things: what you're passionate about and good at, what people are actually searching for, and an area where the competition isn't so insane that you can actually stand out.
And this is the perfect example of what we mean by niching down. Saying you want to start a cooking channel, well, that's like trying to be a drop in the ocean. It's a massive industry. But what about a channel for chocolate recipes for singles? See the difference? Now that is a sub-niche. It's super specific, it serves a really clear audience, and it gives you a fighting chance to be the person for that topic. That's the magic of getting specific.
Okay, moving on to step 2, the blueprint. You've got your niche, which is awesome. Now it's time to plan. This is the part where you build the systems that are going to save you so much time, money, and, let's be honest, a ton of headaches later on. You know, a huge piece of this puzzle is scripting, and this quote from Camber Film School says it all. So many creators think, oh, I'm better when I just wing it, but that almost always leads to rambling, repeating yourself, and a total nightmare in the editing room. A simple script, it doesn't have to be complicated, keeps you sharp, focused, and makes sure every second of your video is valuable. All right, let's talk about the fun stuff, gear. Artlist has some great recommendations here for any budget. But here's the honest truth. You do not need the high-end, super expensive stuff to get started. In fact, that smartphone in your pocket, it's probably an amazing video camera. The one place you should really think about investing a little bit, it's your audio. And this is the bottom line, straight from the experts at Artlist. People will forgive a video that's a little grainy. They will not, I repeat, will not stick around for bad audio. If they can't hear you clearly, they are gone. A simple budget microphone can make you sound 100 times more professional and is probably the single best investment you can make when you're just starting out. Okay, you've got your niche, you've got your blueprint. It is time for the launch. This is where the rubber meets the road. And hey, remember those fears we talked about at the very beginning? Well, let's look them right in the eye and talk about some real practical ideas you can start creating with, like, today. Creator Alice Emmy has some brilliant ideas that cost $0. Seriously, you can vlog your day. You can teach a skill you already have. Everyone's an expert at something. Or you can just tell a great story from your life. People connect with real, authentic stuff, and these formats are perfect for that. But what if you just hate the idea of being on camera? Good news, you don't have to be.
As Meister AI points out, faceless channels are absolutely exploding right now. You can do gaming videos, animations, product reviews, even travel vlogs where the focus is on the scenery, not you. The options are endless, and you get to keep your privacy. It's a total game changer. So, you did it. You uploaded your first few videos. That is amazing, seriously. But now comes the climb. How do you get eyeballs on your stuff? Because hitting publish is only half the job. Growth requires a smart strategy to actually get YouTube's algorithm to notice you. So check out this awesome 5-step plan from PlayProm. 1. You gotta hook 'em fast in the first 10 seconds. 2. It's all about watch time. If you can keep people watching past the halfway point, YouTube's algorithm sees that as a huge win and shows your video to more people. 3. Your title and thumbnail game has to be strong. That's what gets the click in the first place. 4. Use playlists to get people binge watching your content. And 5. Use shorts. They are a discovery goldmine. So you might be wondering, does this stuff actually work? Well, how about some proof? This is from a Reddit case study. It's the earnings from a single faceless channel. In a little over a year, they made almost £12,000. This isn't just luck. This is what happens when you apply these kinds of smart, consistent strategies. It is 100% possible. And that brings us to the final and maybe most exciting step, the payoff. Once you've started to build that audience, how do you actually turn this passion into something that can pay the bills? Let's break down how making money on YouTube really works. First thing to know is it's not just about ads. Gas Publishers lays out a bunch of different ways to earn. You should think of your channel like a business with multiple streams of income. You've got ad revenue, sure, but also things like channel memberships, brand sponsorships, affiliate marketing, selling merch. The key is to diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now, the most common place to start is the YouTube Partner Program, or YPP. This is what lets you run ads on your videos. The entry requirements are super clear. You need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the last year. Once you're in, the split is 55-45. You get 55% of the ad money. These are your first big milestones to shoot for. So there you have it, the whole journey, from a tiny idea to a potential career, all laid out. The path is clear, the strategies are proven, the opportunity is sitting right there, waiting. The only piece of the puzzle that's missing is you. So the only question left is, what story will you tell?